Hey guys, this is Grimlok 24, and I'm back with, once again, another monster video. In this video, I will be killing an Uragaan, who is a volcano monster. I will point out first that my weapon of choice on Uragaan is a hammer, but since he's got a tail that you can cut off, and it's kind of an important thing to get, then I will be using a switch axe, which is just about as good on him for me, but I definitely prefer a hammer on him, so I will just point that out first. So usually you can either find him starting in this room, which I happen to this time, or 7, which is the room to the far west of here. But anyway, this is Uragaan. He looks kind of like Jay Leno. He's got a big chin, and his chin is kind of the basis of a lot of his attacks. He'll slam it down like that a lot for his attacks, and as you can probably imagine, it's got a lot of hardness, which is part of the reason I like to use the hammer on him, since you can use a super pound and go through that hardness no matter what. But the switch axe sword form works just as well for it. It just won't do as much damage. So this is one of his moves that he actually doesn't use all that often. He shoots out that blue smoke from him, which will put you to sleep. Um, so you'll want to make sure that if you see him kind of arching up like that really slowly, then get away from him. When he's enraged, if he does that move, this move right here, it'll actually be a fire steam instead of sleep. So instead of putting you to sleep, it'll just hit you and apply the burning debuff on you. Either one you don't want to get hit by. So as you can see, I'm kind of focusing on his chin here. That's not even his weak point, but his chin does break. Hopefully there's a good chance we'll get to see it later on. So that was one of his attacks that he really likes to do, where he slams his chin on the ground twice, 2 times in a row. He'll oftentimes do it directly in front of him, but he can also get almost like a 90-degree turn between the 2 different double slams. So he'll slam it twice, one time, and then he can get like a really wide turn and then slam it again. So you'll want to be careful how close you're standing to him, even if you think that you're really safe. If you're to his side, there's still a chance that you can get hit by that just from how much he turns. Next I'll cover what breaks. I already mentioned that his chin will break, but then his tail also has a couple breaks similar to Durham Boros, if you saw that. If you keep hitting his tail, you'll kind of see like in fact you can see underneath him that there's sort of like a lining of black stone almost, and there's some of that underneath his tail. So once you've hit his tail a few times, which I believe also has a little bit of hardness, you need some sharpness or he'll be bouncing off of it. But once you hit his tail a good few times, you'll hear a break, but it won't actually come off. That's just signifying that you've broken kind of like the stone protection that his tail has. And then you can keep on attacking his tail, and after you've hit it a few more times, it will cut off kind of about halfway of what he has there. So the move he just did, you've seen him do it a few times, where he'll do a tail whip. If you are out of the range of it, you're still not safe, as he can throw some stones out of his tail. Those stones will explode after a while, or if you've done enough damage to the stones, they will explode. So that's something to look out for. Here he's enraged. You can tell he's enraged because he has this black smoke puffing out of his mouth every once in a while. That's sort of his other main attack that he just did there, where he'll roll around. Basically, the main thing you want to do is just run to the side, make sure he doesn't go straight into you, but at times he will kind of take a little circle, or he can turn a little bit like he just did there, but sometimes you'll see him sort of do a little donut almost in place, like that right there. So you'll definitely want to be sheathed for when he does that, so that you can sprint out of the way and have a better chance of avoiding that attack. Sometimes it's really hard to do even if you're ready for it. So he'll pretty much always run directly to the room he's going to, so it's never hard to, he's He's a hard monster to lose. Another thing I've forgotten to mention is his weak points, and so his weakest points are water and dragon. If you're fighting him for the first time, then I don't think there's many choices, if any, as far as dragon weapons go, so your best bet will be with a water weapon. He's also got a decent amount of weakness to poison, so that's also another viable option. I always prefer using water on him though. This attack right here has a huge tremor radius. Basically, if you're anywhere close to him, you will probably get hit by the tremor unless you evade through it, which I try to do every time. If you are able to evade through it, or if you have tremor resistance, or if you're able to block that tremor, then he gives you a humongous chance to hit him back anywhere you want to, really. Alright, so there goes his chin. Oftentimes it'll actually take a whole lot longer to break that chin, but since I'm using kind of a strong weapon for him. Alright, so there's that tremor. I kind of rolled a little bit too early for it. It's a little deceptive as to when you need to try to evade that if you are trying to do so. Okay, so as you saw there, it sounded like something broke on his tail. You can kind of see the spike rock type things up top are a little bit chipped off. So that's signifying the first break on his tail. Oh, see there, he nailed me. Even though I was out of range of his tail whip, that rock still got me. So that's something you gotta look out for. So I'm still gonna be hitting on his tail, or trying to at least, because it will still break off beyond this. As you see, he's hungry here. One important thing to note is when he's hungry like this, if he does his roll, which he's about to do here, he will fall over. It's oftentimes kind of far away from you, but you just sprint in here. It's a good opportunity to do some hits on him, and unfortunately I can't show you right now. Hopefully he'll give me no opportunity to, but if you actually have access to his back, you can mine from it, similar to Duramboros' tail. He'll only give you enough time to mine from it once or twice if you get right to it. He has at least 4 charges of mining there, so it's kind of hard to get them all, but you'll generally only get lava nuggets, or like the volcano type ores, like fire stones, fire cell stones, depends on what rank of Uragaan you're fighting. Let's see if I can jump over there real quick and get at least 1 charge so I can show you what it looks like. So I'll mine off of his back. There's a lava nugget. Here's another one. If he starts to recover and get back on his feet in the middle of one of your mining animations, it will actually cancel it and give you nothing found, which is unfortunate, but that's usually what will happen if you're trying to mine his back there. So as you probably saw there, he got a decent amount of turning right before that first double chin slam. It's really easy to get caught off guard with that. Keep trying to hit his tail here, so it can be a little difficult to catch up to sometimes. When he's enraged, he really likes to do this move a lot. There, right there, you can see that he turned a whole lot on his second double chin slam thing there. So, once again, cannot point out enough that that's something you really have to be careful of if you're anywhere close to him. Just keep in mind that he can almost at any time turn in the middle of that slam and still hit you with it. Okay, once again, I'm just going straight to the room that he's going to next. There's no confusion or mystery as to where he is going to. Now, he does actually get one special move in this particular room. This is the room that he will nest in, but he has one move that hopefully we'll see him do. He doesn't do it extremely often, but it's something to be mindful of when he does it. I really hope he does it, because it's a lot harder to explain than it is to see. I will still keep hitting on his tail since you don't get a whole bunch of chances to. But the move I'm mentioning is one where he will dig down into the ground in this room. Okay, yes, perfect. Here it is. So he's digging down, so this means he's going to do the room. What I'll do, the move. So what I'll do is come just right in the doorway. I kind of look at where this little flat part of the wall is and stand here because this is exactly just like that. It's really close to the doorway, so it can take you out of the room, which is annoying. But you'll see he comes up there, and then he rolls down, and then he'll roll all around this room. So if you get right in that doorway, he won't be able to hit you. And you can also get in the doorway on the other side as well. And he'll just roll all around in this room for a little while. You don't even want to be in the middle of this room when he's doing that, because he's just all over the place. It's hard to dodge him. So if you ever see him dig down in the ground, just immediately sheath and run towards one of these two doorways and get right in the doorway. But obviously you don't want to be in the next room like I went to on accident. There goes his tail. So you'll see a nice little chunk that came off there. And this is everything on him that will break. So it's only a few things to attack. Oops, that's kind of like that other chin slam move. That one doesn't have any tremor on it, but as you can see, it was extremely fast. If you're anywhere close to in front of him, you will probably get hit unless you have real good reactions and are able to roll or dive out of there really quickly. Alright, there's the big chin slam. It's really easy to see. He has quite a huge wind up on it. I would really like for him to do the steam move again when he's enraged here, so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of a brownish red color instead of that blue, and if you were to get hit by that, it'll once again put the fire debuff on you. If you've broken everything that he has, then you'll just want to start aiming for like his legs or right underneath him, his stomach. Those are his weak points there. Okay. Evade out of that tremor there. Alright, here it goes. So now, yeah, you see it's actually more like a yellowish color. Just like with the blue one, you don't want to get hit by that. Though that is an excellent opportunity to hit his chin or his tail if he still has it, because he's just sitting there. And his chin and his tail will actually stick out a little bit further than the smoke goes. Looks like he's about to... He faked me out. He looked like he was about to leave. Oh, so he's about to do his move again, so first thing I do is sheath and just run for this little kind of corner in the wall here. This right here should be safe. Only a couple more steps will take me out of this room, so once again, be careful of that. It's not too big of a deal if you happen to walk out of the room right up front, but it kind of sucks if you walk out as he's finishing this move. He doesn't roll in the exact same pattern every single time, so you kind of just gotta wait a few seconds, and after he's rolled around for maybe 5 or 6 seconds, then you can start heading in here. I'll just attack underneath him here. And he's done. So, it was a pretty painless fight. And yeah, that was mostly everything he does right there, so thankfully he obliged me and did all of his moves, because there are often times that you will make it through a fight where he does not do every move. So, it's not a very difficult fight once you just know what to look out for. So yeah, if you have any questions about this fight, please let me know in the comments. If you have any special requests, let me know in the comments. And hopefully you will find this video helpful. You can feel free to join me on my stream at twitch.tv/Grimlok24. I try to stream every night, so I hope to see you there. Thank you very much. See you guys later.